Hello, everybody. My name is Austin, and I really want to welcome you into this space. Thank you for being here. I want to start our session off with just inviting you just to get comfortable in your seats. Get both feet on the floor. Have your arms in a relaxed position. If you're comfortable closing your eyes. If we can just start with just taking a big breath in and an audible exhale. Breathe in for 3, exhale for 3, audibly. Let's do 3 of those. One more. Yes. And keeping your eyes closed, starting with the top of your head, your face, your eyes, just check in with your muscles and those areas. Are they feeling tense? Are they relaxed? Try to relax them if they're feeling tense. Again, breath in, 3, out for 3. Just relaxing, feeling your butt in the chair. We're going to move down your neck to your shoulders, both shoulders. Maybe give them a little wiggle. How are they feeling? Let any tension just go. Breath out, in, out. Just relaxing again, feeling yourself in the chair, in the space. Welcome to the space. Breath in and out. Audible exhale, let it go. Moving down your chest. Noting that any tension may be there or not there. Feeling that breath come in for 3, out for 3. Deep breath, in and out. Exhale audibly, yes. Again, let it go. Feel yourself sitting in that chair. Move down to your thigh area. Maybe wiggle your legs around a bit. Noting any tension in your legs, your lower legs, wiggle them around a little bit. Exhale. Down to your feet, wiggle those feet around, your toes. Ooh, mine just cracked. Breath again, yes. And let's do 2 more breaths. Audibly exhale. When you're ready, come back to the space, open your eyes. And welcome back into the space. Yeah. Just a sacred pause. A moment for us to get into the space, to get grounded, to get centered, to reconnect with this moment, this time. Let go of whatever's happening out there before we got here. Thank you for being here. I also want to take a moment, since I had asked everyone before to bring something that was important to them to tonight's session. Keepsake and memorabilia, We're going to share about that tonight, what that important thing is, the object is. And then when we're done, we're going to place it in the center of our circle. We're going to build like a sacred space, an altar, if you will. Collectively, we're going to honor all of that collective beauty in one spot. And talk about those pieces. That's an important part of our ritual. And I'll start. What I brought in was a picture of someone that I loved and lost to HIV. Gentleman I met in my early 20s. I'm 64 today. A man who I loved so dearly, who loved me back in his own way, in his own capacity. We were both young, using drugs, on and off. It was a crazy, tumultuous relationship. But this man opened my eyes to the world in so many wonderful ways, and travel, the broader gay community. But this ties into one of the things we're going to talk about in our core assumptions, one of the isms, we call it. Racism got in the way. White gentleman could never take me home to his parents. He would lose his trust fund. Never be taken home. The black guy who could never be taken home. But I loved him, and his name was Chris. So I'm going to bring my picture, and I'm going to be the first to put it on the altar and in the center of the circle. And then we'll go around the room in that order. Let everybody else do that. And I want to talk about these core assumptions. And we talk about 4 of them. I think the most important one is that all of us here, we have inherent value. Every person has worth simply by being human. That's important. Just by being here. And the second one, it's about redressing in this place. We talk about behaviors, ideas, choices. It's nothing to do with worth. I mentioned my substance use issue, problem, the drug use that went on in my addiction. I'm 23 years in recovery now. But these harmful actions, my beliefs around what then I thought was an imminent demise from my HIV diagnosis at 23, some 40 years ago. Obviously, that drove that fear of dying. That belief system, getting behind that, should be challenged. Can be challenged. Right? That separates, right, accountability from any kind of shame that's attached to that, or devaluing of the human experience. No shame, no guilt. Right? And then those isms that I talked about, isms and privileges. As a black queer man, for me, racism, sexism, homophobia, my top 3 I navigate on a 24-hour basis, it seems like, day in, day out, never ending. I always say I'd like to live a day without having to worry about that. We're socialized into these systems of oppression, right? And somehow we can figure out how we can unlearn some of this stuff. All white people are not racist. That's the mantra I'm walking in now. I have to be mindful, because a while all white people are that way. No, they're not all that way. Certain ones are, but not all of them, right? What's my assumption? Everybody's not prejudiced. I had to walk that back. And then the fourth one, we talk about feelings are valid, even if the ideas forming them are inaccurate. In 12-step world, we call it feelings are not facts. Feelings are not facts. Even though the feelings themselves, emotional experiences are those, we certainly acknowledge those as real, right? We meet them with compassion. But at the same time, we understand that even with those feelings, they may not be factually correct. It may require a little bit of examination. Feelings are not always facts. Emotion is real. In recovery, we do this thing I learned called a 3-day rule. Because when I'm hot in a moment of some emotional situation that's charged me up, I don't personally think clearly. I'm not rational. I think all kinds of crazy things. But I find that over day 1, it has changed and shifted while I process. Day 2, even better. Day 3, I have clarity to act in a way that makes more sense. And it looks nothing like it did on day 1. That's the beauty of a 3-day rule. I'm not rushed to act. Matter of fact, I've learned I don't have to have people force me into acting or responding just because they want me to. I have control of that. I can say, let me get back to you. Let me pause. That's a change from my self that used to always want now, and instant gratification. So these are opportunities for growth, things that I'm really proud of. So as we share tonight in this safe space, let's continue to talk about these and continue to process this. I'm excited. Who wants to go next?